Hours after Lebanon was shaken with a series of attacks, the U.S. Secretary of State began another Middle East tour in Egypt. Efforts to reach a ceasefire in Gaza dominated his talks with the Egyptian president and foreign minister.
We remain very clear about the importance of all parties avoiding any steps that could further escalate the conflict that we're trying to resolve in Gaza, to see it spread to other fronts. It's clearly not in the interest of anyone involved to see that happen. We're focused on getting this ceasefire over the finish line. That would also, I think, materially improve the prospects of actually defusing the situation in northern Israel and southern Lebanon.
We agreed on the urgent need for an immediate ceasefire to stop shedding civilian blood. There is urgency in reaching an agreement that guarantees the release of hostages and allows unconditional flow of humanitarian and medical aid.
Blinken said that Egyptian and Qatari mediators managed to get agreement between Israel and Hamas on 15 issues to reach a ceasefire deal. 3 points remain, among which is Israel's withdrawal from Gaza, specifically from the buffer zone on the border between Egypt and the Palestinian enclave. However, analysts believe Washington needs to start getting tougher on Israel to ensure this happens.
There is need for a political will to reach a ceasefire agreement, as the foreign minister said. That is basically from Israel or Netanyahu's part. He stood in the way of many agreements. He refuses to evacuate the Philadelphia buffer zone. We need effective parties like the USA to pressure Israel in the coming days to reach an agreement.
The Egyptian foreign minister said the two countries agree that there is no military solution to the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. Egyptian President Abdel-Fattah al-Sisi pointed to Blinken Egypt's rejection of Israel's escalation attempts in the region, stressing support to Lebanon following the cyber attacks it faced on Tuesday.
This is the 10th Middle East tour for the U.S. Secretary of State since the war on Gaza broke out on October 7th. He's on a mission to support Egypt and Qatar's effort to broker a second ceasefire. But with every visit he comes to push for a truce, he finds a more complicated and more violent Middle East. Adel Mahroui, CGTN, Cairo.